quadrillion here, a quadrillion there, and pretty soon you're talking about real money. With apologies to 1950s U.S. Senator Everett McKinley Dirksen's famous quip, this is very much the position in which Tokyo finds itself in the homestretch of 2023. Earlier this week, the central bank disclosed that over the last decade, it hoarded roughly 1.01 quadrillion yen worth of Japanese government bonds. And that's not a typo. We're talking 1 quadrillion yen, or $6.7 trillion. This 16-digit haul means that since 2013, the Bank of Japan has purchased the equivalent of the combined gross domestic product of Japan, France and China. And what has this unthinkable sum bought Japan over the last decade? Surprisingly little, actually. At this point, BOJ benchmark interest rates have been at, or below, zero since 1999. That was the year then Governor Masaru Hayami took unprecedented steps to address a deepening deflation problem. First, the BOJ became the first major central bank to offer free money, essentially. And in 2000 and 2001, Hayami's team pioneered quantitative easing. 10 years after Hayami stepped down in 2003, Haruhiko Kuroda arrived at BOJ headquarters to supersize and turbocharge QE. And wow, did he ever! By 2018, the BOJ's balance sheet topped the size of Japan's annual GDP, a first for a group of 7 nations. Kuroda has since left the scene, but the titanically large stockpile of bonds and stocks he amassed remain. And rather than reduce the biggest financial arsenal arguably ever amassed, Kuroda's replacement Kazuo Ueda has stayed the path. Ueda has been too busy since April buying bonds to cap yields and halt the yen's drop to mull an exit from QE. Where has the BOJ's 16-digit addiction to financial assets, and Japan Inc.'s addiction to free money, gotten us? The good news is that Japan hasn't stumbled spectacularly on the world stage. There were moments, of course, when world markets braced for shockwaves from Tokyo. To no avail, though, thanks to the BOJ's skill in getting a handle on financial risks. But the calming effect BOJ policies wrought time and time again deadened Japan's animal spirits. 20-plus years of the most sweeping corporate welfare policies in the capitalist world means government after government had no reason to do the hard work of recalibrating growth engines. Corporate chieftains had little incentive to restructure, innovate, think out of the box or take big risks. This, in a nutshell, explains why Apple Inc. still has Japan's once formidable tech industry on the run. It explains why Toyota Motor is slow-walked admitting that electric vehicles are the future. It explains why today there are less than half the number of Japanese companies on global top 500 lists than in 2000. Yes, it's complicated. Efforts since 2014 to strengthen corporate governance and improve returns on equity gained traction. While a work in progress, these upgrades drove the Nikkei Stock Average to 30-year highs this year.